my friend. It's your friend Hannah, and tonight I'm going to read you a story before you go to sleep. Okay, let's go. It's called Magnificent Benito and His Two Front Teeth. There was once a boy born with a full set of teeth. People said that the village midwife burst out laughing upon seeing his toothy grin. When his mother glanced at him, she too dropped on the floor giggling. Their laughter resounded all over the sleepy town of San Cristobal, and for several weeks, the midwife and the mother couldn't stop laughing until they died with silly grins on their faces. Silly, silly indeed. Poor Benito. Nobody wanted to adopt the poor boy. Luckily, Sister Margarita of the Periwinkle sisters took him in. He was named Benito, after the kind Mother Superior's great-grandfather who had a big toothy smile because his dentures were too big for his bite. At the monastery, Benito grew up helping the good nuns tend to their giant turnip plantation, which produced the famous pickled turnips called holy turnips. Here's the farm. Isn't that nice? Benito would have grown up to be a handsome young man, but for his two front teeth, though, they grew up about to be 6 inches long and were as wide as spatulas. Worse, they stuck out like an elephant's tusks. Because of this, Benito kept himself, spent most of his time munching on turnips, and never made any friends. Oh, Benito. Soon, Benito was old enough to leave the monastery. He hopped from one job to another because his front teeth would always get in the way. When Father Rufino hired him, the Psalm and Mass became a hilarious event, as the churchgoers wouldn't stop laughing at the sight of Benito. He was also stable boy for Don Perico, the town mayor. On his first day of work, while he was feeding the Don's praised Arabian stallion, the horse took one look at Benito and snorted. Hee! Your front teeth make you look like you could eat a horse. Nee-ha-ha! That's one mean horse. Pretty funny. Benito is hardworking, isn't he? He's got 2 jobs so far. Ooh! One day, a noisy caravan of traveling circus performers passed through the town. The group's impresario jumped off and cartwheeled toward Benito, who was resting under an acacia tree. I am the amazing Mercutio, the greatest magician of all time. You, my friend, are a breath of fresh air. Would you like to be a part of my traveling circus? Me? Really? So what part would I play? Benito's eyes grew wide. Oh, you will be known as Conejo, the human rabbit, in my finale. How about it, huh? Beamed the magician. Benito just turned and walked away from a promising life of fame. Oh. Look at all that circus. Fair enough. Benito walks away. It was always like that for poor Benito. His ugly big front teeth brought him nothing but grief and humiliation. Everywhere he went, people laughed at him and called him cruel names. He was treated like a sideshow freak. or some hideous monster used to frighten naughty children and to hush up crying babies. Oh, how he wished he didn't have those ugly big front teeth. Oh, this is what people used to compare him to. Poor Benito. The moon hung in the sky like a half-bitten cookie when Benito was visited by the tooth fairy in his sleep. I just want to apologize for giving you those ugly big front teeth. Well, can't you take them out and make me new ones? Unfortunately, I just give teeth. I don't pull them out. You have to go to the dentist for that, the tooth fairy humphed. But I've been to all the dentists in town. None of them can pull out my ugly big front teeth, Benito groaned. Well then, what you have are already permanent, the tooth fairy sighed. I'll be retiring soon too. Nobody believes in tooth fairies anymore. Well, ta-da! Your dream is going too long. Oh, the tooth fairy said as she vanished from the dream. He's a tooth fairy. She's pretty old, huh? No wonder she's retiring. She's no help. Benito woke up, greatly upset by this dream. If nobody can help me pull out these ugly big front teeth, I'll have to pull them out myself. Immediately, he went to a big store and bought boxes and bottles of strawberry jam, a jar of meringue, bouquet of cotton candy, a sack full of rainbow-colored lollipops, and cartload of chocolate bars. For weeks, Benito ate nothing but sweets, hoping to get the most vicious tooth decay. But his teeth did not even ache. His stomach did. Undaunted, Benito came up with another idea on how to remove his ugly big front teeth. He got himself the strongest abaca rope from the general store. And he tied one end of the rope to his front teeth and tied the other end to a big tree. Then he ran as fast as he could, hoping the rope would pull his teeth out. But to his dismay, his front teeth did not come off. Instead, he pulled the tree out. Look at that. Amazing. Finally, Benito thought of the most brilliant plan. At the nearest train station, he strapped himself to a cement post. He tied one end of the rope to his teeth. For 3 days and 3 nights, he waited for a train to pass. When it finally came, he lassoed the other end of the rope to the rear of the passing train. Finally, I will rid myself of these ugly big front teeth, smiled Benito. The train wiggled and jiggled, screeched to a stop, then turned throttle 3 times and a half. Oh, what a catastrophe! Luckily for the train passengers, they all survived the disaster. As for the ill-fated Benito, his ugly big front teeth survived too. Look at the train wreck. Oh, Benito. Now, if this story had happened to someone with a weak character, maybe he would have given up. And you would be reading a story with a sad ending. But we are blessed to have Benito as our hero, with a brave heart and a persevering spirit. After the great train accident, Benito sought comfort among the gigantic turnips of the good nuns. There he munched on a turnip as he contemplated his seemingly luckless life. Suddenly, he noticed something unusual. He had unconsciously crafted the turnip into the figure of a swan. He was so amazed that his ugly big front teeth could create such a beautiful thing. Look how pretty this one looks. Cool. Benito then realized the magnificent way to put his teeth to good use. He created the most fascinating sculptures. Flowers out of fruits, animals out of vegetables, human figures out of ice, and even churches out of wood. Wow, look at all the stuff he made. Cool, huh? Soon, he put up Benito's teeth-crafted treasures. News quickly spread about his unique shop. People came from all over, amazed at the tasteful and exquisite quality of his work. Everything was sold out, and for the first time since he was born, Benito smiled his wide, toothy grin. Look how popular his store is. Awesome. Through the years, Benito's teethmanship flourished. People commissioned him to do furniture, statues, and even monuments. His masterpieces are now displayed in countless museums around the world. Critics hail Benito as the pioneer maestro of teeth sculpture. People say that up to now, Benito's shop still stands proud and is regarded as a landmark in San Cristobal. Well, I can't tell you more because that's all I know of Benito's story. But what I do know is that he'll be long remembered for more than just his ugly big front teeth. Magnificent Benito and his 2 front teeth. There you have it. So always be nice to someone who's a little bit different and embrace the difference that you see in yourself and others, and always stay creative. Have beautiful, sweet dreams and lots of love from your friend Hannah. Mwah.